Maximus Analysis here for January 20, 2016. We had a huge reversal today off of 1806, around 60 handles to the upside on the ES, and we want to see if it can hold above the 2040, around the 1860 area and 1840 area overnight. Again, 1840 is more the reasonable place that we want to see them hold above. And we want to see if we can get some follow through. Again, they broke. We talked about the continuation pattern yesterday, and they broke it, and you got at least 1-to-1. So you should at least, if you're in it, be in a break-even trade. Quite honestly, I would have put my stop down immediately because you want to see it close near the lows of the day. So again, it's probably just a break-even trade. Now, with that being said, they've tested this 1871 area numerous times, and we want to see if they're going to rip to the upside and how much juice they have to get it potentially up to a 1950, 1980 area over the next couple weeks if possible. Now, this is a significant candle. Any breaks of the low of 1800 is null and void of kind of looking at that upside potential. So we'll see what happens overnight, and it's been pretty entertaining, but again, we want to see them get with some volume up the 1871 area. YM had a huge reversal. Again, this was down about as much as 550 and basically closed around 250. So again, that is an up quote unquote day. Again, intraday reversal around that 130 mark. And again, they want to see a test of the 16750 area. But first things first, before we get overly ambitious, we want to see at least a break above this 16,000 area coming tomorrow. NQ got almost to that 4,000 area, which is a psychological level for a lot of things. So you had a lot of psychological levels on the ES 1800, NQ 4,000, and so forth. So again, we saw some significant down pressure from IBM missing its earnings, but they ran back up pretty strongly. And again, things are oversold. So if they do have any type of momentum to follow through, there's a lot of stuff that just is so badly beaten that even just a healthy retracement would be warranted. You had, matter of fact, let me change this to the H contract. 1 second. So the H contract, you see that they went down all the way to around 27. So the target is around, excuse me, 25. And they're very close, but again, they're very, very oversold at this point. So again, a pop up would need to get above this 37 to start looking at potentially some bullseye potential. If you're playing the retracement, it would be looking at the exhaustion of the volume. We have high volume coming into today, so again, a break above the high could see some, a pop at least up to 35. Let's look at IWM. Again, that one gave a nice little reversal. Still the weakest out the crew, so it needs to get a 1 even up to 107, but there's going to be a huge gap in regards to this previous pivot and at least this previous pivot as well. Let's look at some names that had some good reversals today. You had Apple. Again, these are just shooting star type of patterns. This actually one didn't close near the high, so we want to see a break of a high and continuation, especially those that possibly bought some weekly puts for Friday's expiration, looking for overnight pop. You want to see it, and you want to see it break above the high. You had Amazon giving you a nice, pretty tidy move so far. We've been talking about how deep this retracement is, and you could see here that it's right at that 50%. So with all the carnage with the markets, the Amazon is still holding up pretty well. Again, if you're looking at a dollar mark, you're saying, okay, it dropped about $120, but it still was a $700 stock. So if you're going to take something here, it's probably the retracement that you could probably get. You have Alibaba looking okay regarding just a hammer formation. Again, seeing if it's going to hold this type of pivot. You have Baidu, again, holding this 50% mark right now. Facebook, that one actually held a 200-day moving average fairly well as well. And if we roll this down, I guarantee you that this is probably around the 50% of the bigger swing. So yes, it is. So again, we still see that you have some type of relative strength. Does it come to 113 again? I don't know, but this would be a good, very, very oversold purchase. You had Google only down about, I think the gap down and was about 50 cents. So again, just looking at the price action versus the number on the side, you could say that again, it just got in and fill this previous gap and looking for some more upside potential if we can get the markets to actually jumpstart a little bit more than just 1 or 2 days. LinkedIn, again, we'll see again if you can get a break above this high of 200. This would be a nice, what would be called on the candlestick area, candlestick world, a morning star. So it would be something similar to a morning star. Now, they're not perfect, and I won't deny this might not be something for you candlestick, you know, people that are really anal, but it would be something similar if you could get a break above there and use this low as a stop. Netflix had its earnings, and then again, same type of reversal at the 200-day moving average. Price line's pretty beat up anyway, so it's prepared for some type of bounce. Looking to sell the rip of that if it stays below 1,200, and with the price volume, of course, you're going to still want to look at that. Tesla. Again, you would see the pop up and see if it's going to break above this 215 pivot, and Twitter was up barely. So again, we'll see exactly what happens and if that could regain a $20 or $22 mark. So again, we've had significant movements in the markets over the past couple days. It's just been that type of market with IBM and all these things gapping down. This is Boeing. You also have Home Depot at the 200-day moving average. Need to see it break above here. Give me something else. So we won't make any assumptions, and we'll just continue to look and see how this holds. And again, we want this 1840 area to hold overnight, and I think we should be in good shape to, at least if you're a person that trades the retracements, this will kind of be your line in the sand. Break below 1806, you get out, you put your stop below that, and you continue to fight for another day. Manage your risk and trade well. Take care.